Cultured to a man, Darlington fans have a new flag, unveiled at Blyth Spartans a fortnight back, with the Latin motto, Semper biberint. It translates is, always drunk, they insist, and only a pedant would argue. So here goes. Semper undoubtedly means always, but biberint didn't look right. If anything, say the dictionaries, it's the third-person plural future perfect indicative, no less, of the verb bibo, I drink. Perhaps they meant biberunt, but that's drunk, as a past tense of drink and not as in 7 sheets. The amazing thing is that no one in the Quaker cowshed, or at Blyth, appears to have noticed the mistake. A more accurate Latin version may have been, ebris est, as in inebriated, and the Romans were certainly fond of their wine. Richard Jones, one of the flag bearers, offers a classical explanation. I think we may have had 1 or 2 when we made it out in the wash. The indomitable John Dawson, 77-year-old retired Hartlepool postman, king of the groundhoppers, was at Wisbech last Saturday, taking off the 294th of the 295 stadia at steps 1 to 4 of the FA's National League system. Actually there are 296, but Guernsey's out of bounds. The final piece of the jigsaw is Bracknell Town, who have a 3G pitch. I'm saving it for a rainy day, says John. Still with him, corps of groundhoppers, a gentleman at Stockton's Northern League Cup tie last week acts with both legs to stand on as driver for a group of animal rights activists in, shall we say, another part of the country. Universally among the fraternity, he answers to Veggie Burger. The Daily Mail's Answers to Correspondence section has been recalling the longest winning odds in British racing history, the 250-1 at which Equinoxial came home at Kelso on November 21, 1990. It was trained at Chilton Grange, near Ferry Hill, by Norman Miller, who also ran a big roofing business at Berkeley. Equinoxial, pertaining to a state of equal day and night, says the Oxford, had form only in the sense that an habitual criminal may be said to have. In both of its first 2 races it was 14th out of 14. In the 4 before the Grants Whiskey Novices Handicap Hurdle it was twice pulled up, once fell and on the 4th occasion finished 62 lengths behind the winner at Hexham. Nor did it help that the horse had run straight into a fence at Sedgefield. He seemed a bit wary, said Miller, better known in the Northeast as a greyhound trainer until gaining a jockey club permit in 1989, when 58. Emmett Street, his first winner, came just 5 days after the license arrived. Several of his workers had had £10 each way on Equinoxial, winning £3,000 apiece. The trainer admitted only to a small wager when talking to the Echo after the race. Equinoxial won twice more, at Sedgefield and at Catterick, but by then the layers had got wise. The best bet was 15-2. Reported here a couple of weeks back, Barnard Castle Redwell Rangers 29-0 defeat to Stanhope won't be happening again, at least not in the Crook and District League. The newcomers have been chucked out for failing to fulfill at least 75% of their fixtures. Rangers hope to play Sunday football next season. A Love Supreme, the Sunderland FC fanzine, is marking its 250th edition, not quite as venerable as the Barrows Fly Me to the Moon but some achievement, nonetheless. Since it launched in 1989, they reckon, the club has had 4 owners and 25 managerial changes involving 22 people of 8 different nationalities. They lost count of the number of players. Sunderland fans have been casting envious glances towards Northallerton Town, perhaps not so much at the EBAC Northern League 2nd Division team as at the stand. The seats were previously at Roker Park, a gift 20-odd years ago. One mini at the Stadium of Light had to be replaced in the summer, faded, as in glory. Those at Northallerton remain both comfortable and Roker red. Someone mentioned it on Twitter and since then there have been hundreds of envious messages in a week, says Northallerton chairman Peter Young. So what chance of Sunderland getting their seats back? None, says Peter, they simply wouldn't stand for it. And finally, the last week's column posed the hypothetical question that every man in a cricket team was out first ball and wondered which in the order would be not out. By common consent it's number 8, David Williams in Willington first off the mark with the answer. Following Gordon Banks's death, Martin Birtle invites readers to name the member of the 22-man England squad in 1966 who won fewest caps and also the last of them to make an international appearance 11 years after the big event. Capping it all, the column returns next week.